I got a question for you, Tank. At 147, how does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look?
Damn.
147? Shit, if I
147.
tap that chin, you know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know
he
he
ain't
is.
got no chance.
I already know he is.
The boxing world is currently on fire, with heated tensions rising between two of its biggest names, Gervonta Tank Davis and Terence Bud Crawford. This rivalry has now crossed into personal territory, with both fighters throwing shots at each other's careers, lifestyles, and even families. From verbal jabs to social media spats, the tension has become undeniable.
And stop being scared. That's probably why you ran your girl over and beat her ass, because she know you ain't got no nuts, my people. You know? And then right there, Gervonta pretty much insinuated, if I was to fight Crawford, I'll make him look little. Then they both said, yeah, I want dudes to see me and try something. That would be his last going for greatness. And then Terence said, go for it then.
Fans and pundits are glued to their screens, eagerly awaiting what could potentially be the most anticipated matchup in modern boxing history. Let's break down the ongoing drama and explore what a fight between Tank Davis and Terence Crawford might look like. It all started as a simple debate: who is the better fighter between the two? Terence Crawford, regarded by many as one of the best pound-for-pound boxers.
Just speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I gotta.
Boxers in the world, and Tank Davis, a rising star with knockout power that can send anyone to sleep. Both have had their share of dominance in their respective weight classes, but they've never faced each other in the ring. Talk of a showdown between these two has been simmering for years, but recently it has taken a much more personal turn. Tank Davis has been vocal about his opinions on Crawford, and at 147 pounds, Davis believes he would have no trouble taking down Crawford. I tapped that CH. You know he's going to sleep. I already know he is, Tank has said, suggesting that Crawford wouldn't be able to withstand his power.
You got guys who are really, really, really good, and they're not really hell-bent on becoming a star. I put you in that category. I put Terence in that category. Maybe Shakur, where they feel like they don't really want to, like, Terence ain't bothered about going to...
Tank's confidence is built on his own experiences, where his explosive punching power has led him to dominate opponents and gain a reputation as one of the hardest-hitting fighters in the sport. Crawford, however, is not one to shy away from a challenge. As the back and forth escalated, Crawford decided to take matters into his own hands, sending a blunt and direct message to Tank on X, formerly Twitter. He posted a no-holds-barred warning. Stop being scared and...
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
Nah, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
Not even entertaining a catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
Crawford wasn't finished there. He went on to call out Tank for his lack of meaningful fights, telling him to shut up and focus on facing legitimate opponents before calling out someone of Crawford's caliber. He also dragged Shakur Stevenson and Keeson Davis into the conversation, saying Tank should concentrate on them.
Like Tank say, 147, I knock Bud out.
Well, he just talking. Mm-hmm. You know, he got the confidence in himself that he believed that he can do that because he's been knocking all these fighters out that he's been in the ring with. You know, so no knock to Tank, but there's definitely levels.
Before making demands for fights against boxing's elite, the mention of Stevenson and Keeson was personal, as both are closely associated with Crawford. Stevenson is a fellow top-tier fighter, while Keeson Davis is a privilege under Crawford's trainer, Brian "BOMAC" McIntyre. However, the jab at Keeson might not have been the smartest move, as some fans quickly pointed out that Keeson has not yet proven himself on the big stage. Keeson's recent performances have been underwhelming, particularly his lackluster outings against opponents like Miguel Medueno and Nahir Albright. Critics have also pointed out that Keeson's refusal to face Cuban phenom Andy Cruz, who handed him multiple defeats in the amateurs, raises questions about his readiness for the top tier of professional boxing.
Tank Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had a...
Despite all this, Crawford believes that Tank should be at Kaysen's level, suggesting that Tank should focus on fighting guys who are truly up to par instead of picking and choosing his opponents. What adds a layer of complexity to the Tank-Crawford rivalry is the issue of money and marketability. Tank Davis has long been a box office superstar, known for his ability to sell pay-per-views and draw huge crowds. He knows his worth, and he's not about to get involved in a fight that doesn't bring the right financial rewards. This is why he has no interest in engaging with fighters like Kaysen Davis, who, despite his connection to Crawford, simply doesn't bring the same level of marketability or fan base to the table. Shakur Stevenson, who is another name often mentioned as a potential opponent for Tank, has also been criticized for not being as exciting in the ring. Despite his technical brilliance, Stevenson's defensive style has earned him the label of being boring by some fans and critics alike. Eddie Hearn, who signed Stevenson in hopes of turning him into a global sensation, may face an uphill battle in trying to market Stevenson to a mainstream audience, particularly in the United States. Tank sees a fight with Stevenson as a risky proposition that might not yield the reward he's looking for. Given Stevenson's relatively low marketability, Tank would essentially be carrying the entire promotional weight of the fight, something he's not keen on doing unless the financial incentive is substantial. As the feud between the two fighters reached new heights, Tank Davis accused Crawford of chasing paydays instead of focusing on legacy. Tank took particular issue with Crawford's decision to call out Canelo Alvarez for a potential fight in Saudi Arabia. According to Tank, Crawford's motivations are less about adding to his legacy and more about securing a massive payday as a retirement plan. Y'all really think he's chasing greatness? Tank asked his followers on X. I'm not sure that's what he's doing. The numbers don't lie. Tank's comments were a direct shot at Crawford's financial choices, as it's been reported that Crawford's most recent fight against David Avanzian generated a disappointing 75,000 to 100,000 pay-per-view buys, far from the blockbuster numbers that Tank regularly pulls in. Tank's point was clear. Crawford, despite being one of the best boxers in the world, is chasing big money fights that may not do much to enhance his legacy. Tank, on the other hand, believes in creating blockbuster events where the stakes are high, and the rewards come in the form of both money and legacy. However,